Well, 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 how the tables turn. No, it's how the turntables. Wait.
What did he say?
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today, I'm talking about Activision yet again, man. What do you want me to talk about? You want me to talk about Vanguard? Come on, man. Nobody's talking about Vanguard these days. Today's video was directly influenced by a Jason Schreier / Charlie Intel. I don't know which one of them is first on it, but essentially they talked about how, and I'll read it to you here, Activision Blizzard just told staff that all of its 1,100 quality assurance testers or QA testers will be, number one, converted from contract to full-time, and number two, bumped up to at least $20 an hour. A big win for QA in the wake of several worker revolts and a burgeoning union effort. Story soon. For those of you casual fans, you may be wondering like, okay, why does this matter? For those of you still in school, maybe never worked a day of, in your life or whatever, you probably would be like, okay, who cares? What's the difference between contract and full-time? I'm going to try to break it down, try to explain why, in my personal opinion, this is a good thing, all right? I'm not going to say this is going to be life-changing. I'm not going to say this is going to make Warzone and Call of Duty just completely saved, guys. It's completely saved. No, I'm not going to say that, but I will say that this is a small W for Activision, and honestly, it's about time. I don't know if I can award it a W. It's more of like oh, congrats, you did the bare minimum. It's like that kind of reward, but yeah, if you're interested in the video, if you enjoy the gameplay, which should be some Vanguard ranked gameplay, I mean, like, what else do you want to see? You want to see Cold War? Like, nah, I'm good, right? Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. My last video on Cold War surprisingly did really well, so if you enjoy, those kind of videos, these kind of videos even, make sure to subscribe. I've tried to upload every Monday, Thursday. Obviously, today's Friday, all right? I do have a calendar. It's just, I get busy sometimes, all right? Don't crucify me over this. So just to give some backstory on the initial story here, in December of 2021, apparently Warzone QA workers were promised like higher pay for months. Well, okay, so they were promised it for months before December, but starting in December, about 40 QA testers ended up going on strike in hopes of seeing like change and justice for the people that ended up losing their jobs, because not those 40 QA testers, but other QA testers that worked for Raven, worked for Warzone, whatever, they ended up losing their jobs after being promised higher pay for months, right? So like basically they were led on, they were just misled completely. And I made a video on this back in the day, back like in December or whatever, that was like 4 months ago. Man, Vanguard's been out for 4 months already, wow. So honestly, it's been pretty quiet since then, right? We haven't really heard much until, well, yesterday, today at the time of recording, but yesterday at the time you guys are watching this, QA testers, 1,100 QA testers are now going to become full-time instead of contract. So let's break that down first, right? Like, why does that matter? I will say right off the bat, contract workers have basically no real allegiance to you, so you don't know if their work is actually going to be as serious as a full-time employee. I think that's the main difference. It's different for each case, it's different for each position, right? Like that's a very blanket general statement I just made. Obviously you can take it like, hey, I'm a contract worker and I care a lot, like obviously there's exceptions, but I'm just saying generally speaking, I think that most QA testers who would be contract, there's no loyalty to Call of Duty. Maybe they don't play COD. Maybe they don't even play test it. I mean, if you hop on Warzone or Vanguard or anything, it doesn't look like they're play tested it. So I'm just saying. So why this is a good thing is obviously as a full-time employee, you're gonna care more. That's just the way it is, right? Obviously, along with that, you're gonna be paid more. The article said that they're gonna be bumped up to at least $20 an hour, which is, I mean, like, I don't know how much they were making before that then, like, I'm not saying 20 is like a lot or a little, but I feel like if you're getting bumped up to 20, like, maybe you were making like 15 an hour or something, and maybe you're fine with that, maybe that's what you're making right now. I'm not here to shame you or anything, but for being a QA tester, for working for Activision, actually, that's the more big thing. Activision's not exactly a poor company here, like you'd think they'd be able to pay at least $20 an hour starting out. Maybe not for contractors, I guess that makes sense, but for full-time, you better be paying at least $20 an hour, man. Can you imagine spending your days playing Warzone? Like, I know that sounds great, right? But the only reason you're playing it is to fix bugs. And whenever you don't fix one, the entire community comes at you with mobs and pitchforks on Twitter, maybe Instagram. I'm sure these guys get death threats, like I'm sure it happens, right? Like, can you imagine life like that? And you're not even earning $20 an hour for all that stress and hard work. Like, that's just painful, man. This is why I say that this story and this overall topic is a dub for Activision. It's a small dub, granted, again, I think this is the bare minimum that they should have done from the get-go, but it is a dub. You know, they get increased pay, bonus opportunities, benefits. And again, if you're a full-time employee, you're going to start trying more. I just, you know, trust me, all right? If you're in college, if you're in high school right now, and you haven't started working yet, you know, maybe you don't have a job yet, if you're a contract person, just see what the difference is between a contract person not getting paid much versus a full-time employee actually getting paid. Like, you're gonna notice a difference in how hard you want to work and how hard you will work. And you're gonna notice, you know, later on down the line with like other teenagers or young people who go into your workforce or whatever, you're gonna notice their efforts too. Like, it's not gonna be the same between you know, someone who's contract and someone who's full-time. I just want to put that out there. Here's the part of the video where I transition to topic number 2, and unfortunately, sadly enough, 6 days since my last video, I don't even remember. Yeah, there is no topic 2 because there is nothing happening in Call of Duty yet again. I don't know how many times I have to say this. The thought of making daily videos now on Call of Duty is like beyond me. You know, I can't even get in front of the mic every day now. First of all, I'm busy, but second of all, like I don't even know what I would say. You know, I talked for like 6 minutes so far in this video, pretty much said everything I wanted to say about this, and there's nothing else. What do you want me to talk about? Snoop Dogg's coming? You want me to talk about Vanguard, how the deaths still aren't back? Like, is anyone surprised about that? I can talk about that a little bit right here, right? I got some time. I saw Exclusive Ace video talk about this, a small little conspiracy theory, if you want to call it. And essentially he's just like, we are supposed to have this done. You know, they had it on the Trello board, then they removed it, you know, super secretly. Who's surprised? You know, like, it's kind of expected. Like, it's not like I was like, oh my God, I can't believe they did this. No, of course, you know, they're not dumb, even though they kind of portray themselves to be. Sledgehammer Games does what they do for a purpose. Maybe it wasn't their direct influence, you know, maybe Activision told them to, you know, hey, we gotta remove these, see if anyone notices. People noticed, and then, you know, okay, we're put on the Trello board, and then just magically, you know, 3 weeks later, no one cares anymore because the internet has like a 1 day, you know, memory, you know, like nobody remembers what happens last week, you know, like tell me what you did on the internet last week, what was hot on the internet, you know, you probably can't remember, you'd have to look it up. So I'm not going to make an entire video on this whole, you know, Vanguard removing deaths. I really hope that this is just I hope I'm wrong, and I hope that, you know, it was an accident and maybe they're just dumb instead of being smart. You know, I feel like if they were smart, they'd be like, you know, removing it without telling anyone and just kind of letting it die down. And if they're dumb, it would be they accidentally removed it and people are now obviously big mad because of that. So, you know, I don't even know, man. I can't talk about Vanguard, man. Vanguard is so boring. I literally hop on with a full squad and I can't even play it. You know, like, that's how bad it is. Modern Warfare is a terrible game, but when I play with a full squad, at least I can play it. You know, at least there's some joy, some entertainment into it. There's like nothing to do on Vanguard. You know, ranked play, like, that's cool, I guess, but like, you're gonna cap out eventually, right? And what I mean by cap out is like, if you're in Elite 4, that's what you're gonna be. You can continue grind, you can try to get better, but what are you gonna hit? Elite 2 and then just like suddenly drop back down to Elite 4, Elite 5 because the competition gets way more hard, right? Like, that's just how it is. You know, you're supposed to grind to get better at things like that, especially in ranked game modes, right? But I don't know, man. I can't hop on and do that every single day. It's fun here and there, but you know, I don't know. COD's just not the same. You guys know it. You guys have been feeling it too, right? It's not just me. There's a lot of like nostalgic tweets and nostalgic videos going around now about like, hey, I went back to Cold War. I went back to Infinite Warfare. Because people don't want to play these current COD games, you know? People are going to go back to Infinite Warfare over Call of Duty Vanguard. That's just saying something here. And the sad part is, and I say this a lot, but Vanguard isn't like a bad game. It's just boring and glitchy. That's it, you know, like inherent gameplay, I like the movement, I like the guns, I like the TTK, I don't even mind the perk balance. It could be better, I don't even mind it. You know, maps aren't even terrible either. They're not great, but they're not bad. You know, it's just a very bland, very vanilla game. It's a game you're gonna forget in like 2 years. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, we kind of played Vanguard for a little bit. Like, no, you're not gonna come back to that, you know? As much as I dislike Modern Warfare, you are gonna remember that game. You're gonna remember, oh, it had ground war, it had gunsmith, it had a great search and destroy mode. Like, you're gonna remember these things. It had doors, it had claymores. You know, a lot of CODs had those things, but you remember Modern Warfare did because it was memorable. I think Cold War is gonna be forgotten. I think Vanguard is gonna be forgotten. And I think people are just waiting around for Modern Warfare 2 to drop, you know? Like, it honestly should drop like as soon as possible because there is no hype for Vanguard, no videos on, like, seriously, Google or like YouTube, like COD Vanguard videos, like who are you gonna find who's still uploading Vanguard stuff that's not either ranked play or I guess Warzone. Warzone's not really Vanguard. Like, it's just ranked play, basically, right? And like best class setups and I guess Ace, you know, like that's it. No one else is really talking about this game, and I don't blame them at all. But I rambled on here at the end. I just kind of had to, you know, there's nothing to talk about, so had to talk about nothing. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you guys later. Probably Monday. Subscribe if you're new, leave a like, and I'll see you on Monday. Peace.